Sachin Tendulkar breaks silence on Joe Root becoming second only to him in Test cricket. Sachin Tendulkar opened up on Joe Root as the England batting great continues to go strong and trails the Master Blaster by less than 2,500 runs in Test cricket. For the longest time, Sachin Tendulkar remained at the pinnacle of cricket, his batting records untouched. Even 10 years after he retired, no one could dethrone him, until Virat Kohli came to the party. At the India vs England 2023 World Cup semi-final, Kohli finally breached Tendulkar, becoming the first batter to pile 50 ODI centuries. Kohli, like any ardent admirer, bowed down to the god of cricket, took his blessings and carried on. For more than 2 decades, Tendulkar remained at the top, but as is the case with sports, records, no matter how impressive they are beatable. If Kohli did it 2 years ago, Joe Root is at it now, with the England great standing on the verge of toppling Tendulkar, this time in Tests. Make no mistake, Tendulkar still leads the charts with a mind-boggling 15,921 runs from 200 tests, but in the last couple of years, Root has stormed ahead of his contemporaries. Once the least talked about batter among the Fab Four, Root has leapt ahead of Steve Smith, Kane Williamson, and Virat Kohli to be breathing down Tendulkar's neck. With 13,543 runs, Root is just 2,378 away from eclipsing the Master Blaster. Tendulkar, thus far, stayed away from talking much about Root's record, but during an AMA session with Reddit, Sachin, its brand ambassador, replied to a question about Root being second only to him. Replying to the question, "What was your first impression of Joe Root?" Also, he has now crossed 13,000 test runs and is second only to you, and he played his first match against you, Sachin said. To have gone past 13,000 runs is a remarkable achievement, and he's still going strong. When I saw him for the first time in Nagpur in 2012 during his debut test, I told my teammates that they were watching the future captain of England. What impressed me most was the way he was able to assess the wicket and how he rotated the strike. I knew at that very moment that he would be a big player. When Joe Root earned Sachin Tendulkar's praise 4 years ago, Tendulkar had briefly touched upon the greatness of Root in the middle of the 5-test series. When India notched up a famous win at Lord's during the 2021 Paddy Trophy, with England enduring a batting collapse late on day 5, Tendulkar felt only Root was capable of holding the innings together. Tendulkar sensed that the English team of 3 years ago lacked the class that guys like Alastair Cook, Michael Vaughan, Ian Bell, Andrew Strauss, and Kevin Pietersen had. Of course, things are a lot different now in 2025. But one thing that has stayed constant is Root enjoyed a terrific test series against India recently, finishing the Anderson Tendulkar Trophy scoring 537 runs at an average of 67.12, including 3 centuries. Root's next big assignment is the Ashes Down Under later this year. The former England captain has yet to score a Test 100 in Australia, but with him being in the form of his life, this trivia sure can change. Stay tuned for the latest cricket updates, records, and exclusive reactions. Don't forget to subscribe for daily sports news and analysis.